Alright, so this week we're taking a look at everything all actor news. Anything that you might have missed in Hollywood, what's going on. We're going to be talking about it today. There's going to be a lot of stuff we're going to be covering. Of course, we're also going to be talking about the strike and all of that. So we're going to get into it. But first, let's start with this. So on a little bit of a lighter note, A24's film Past Lives has now reached an interim agreement which will allow talent to participate in FYC events this award season. Basically, a lot of different actors out there are not going to be able to participate in promoting their movies and doing a lot of different talks back and forth just because of the AMPTP, which stands for Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. The reason for this being is just because of the strike that's going on. A lot of actors aren't able to participate even in interviews and things like that. The strike prohibits actors from doing a lot of different activities and a lot of different things. So you need to get special approval in order to be able to go out there and talk and promote your movies. So you're going to get some of that from some of the actors from Past Lives, but there's going to be a lot of people who aren't going to be doing that. Past Lives finds itself a contender in several categories on the awards circuit, including Best Actress, Actor, and Supporting Actor. So it's going to be a big season for them. We'll see how it goes. If you guys saw the movie, let me know what you think. I only saw ads for it literally for like 1 week, and then that was it, and I never saw ads for it again. Apparently, it's an interesting movie for some people who saw it. It has something to kind of do with the ties of love and past lives, and that there's always a tangle of love that keeps you together, and basically a love drama story. So if you guys saw it and you like it, let me know what you think. How do you think it's going to do this award season? We'll find out. All right, next. Netflix's One Piece. So if you're an anime fan and you love the show One Piece, well, now it's just become a reality on Netflix. It's become a live action show. I know one of the actors on it, so I hope it does well and keeps continuing to go forward. Right now it's been in Netflix's top #1 spot, so we'll see if it stays there. The whole thing is, anytime you're an actor in one of these new shows that come out, the whole thing you're hoping for is to get renewed for another season and not to get canceled and not to have your season pick up again. On the trajectory they're going, it seems like it's doing pretty well. It's getting a lot of positive feedback. So we'll see what happens. Most likely it's going to get renewed for another season. But typically with these things, if we just go and look at research from, say, Forbes, it takes about 2 months to find a definitive answer. Somewhere within 2 months to know if a show is going to be renewed or if it's going to be canceled. Within 2 months. That means it can happen within 17 days, how it did for the show Monsters. Or it can happen in 55 days where the show The Midnight Club didn't get renewed. So it just depends, but it takes some time to figure some of these things out. But if you guys are a fan, go and check it out. One Piece, it's a new live action adaptation of Ichiro Oda's best-selling manga. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go and see what you think. Let me know your thoughts on it. Wow, we're going to be talking a little bit about Amber Heard. Thought we'd be kind of done with this topic, but I guess it's something that's still running around. So, Aquaman 2 director James Wan addresses rumors that Amber Heard's role in the sequel was pared down. Aquaman The Last Kingdom director James Wan responded for the first time to allegations that Amber Heard's role in the film was pared down, as the actress has put it. He said, "I always pitched this to everyone from the get-go. The first Aquaman was Arthur, Jason Momoa, and Mira Heard's journey. The second movie was always going to be Arthur and Orm, Patrick Wilson," Wan told EW recently. So the first was a romance action-adventure movie, and the second is a bromance action-adventure movie. We'll leave it at that. And if you guys hadn't seen the whole testimony with Amber Heard going against Johnny Depp, there was a whole trial and everything that happened. It was pretty big for a few weeks, but Amber Heard had said, "I was given a script and then given new versions of the script, and that had taken away scenes that had action in it that depicted my character and another character. Without giving any spoilers away, 2 characters fighting with one another. And they basically took a bunch out of my role. They just removed a bunch out." That's what she said. This is the picture that they put up on Deadline. Look at them. Look how happy she looks. All right, so a little bit into the strike and what's happening. A lot of different things to cover. So some things we're going to go a little quicker on, some things we'll spend some more time. So Disney Entertainment TV Studios suspended deals with producers, including Yara Shahidi, Justin Hartley, and Billy Porter. They will pay assistance amid the strike. So not really a surprise, just because the strike is going on and people aren't able to work and things aren't happening, deals are getting suspended with a lot of different people. This is just something that is expected to happen anytime that there's a strike that goes on for a long period of time. We've been going on for a long time now. If this goes on for another 2, 3, 4 months, again, you're going to have more things that are going to get suspended, more deals that are going to be put down. So it's all a time frame of seeing how long this lasts for, seeing if any deals are made, but it's not really a surprise that some deals are being shut down, and that's just going to continue to happen. So this article was released recently. Dispatches from the picket lines. SAG-AFTRA Solidarity March goes from Netflix to Paramount as part of endless union summer. So as the SAG-AFTRA strike clocked its 62nd day, the WGA's 135th day, the former held a massive solidarity march today from Netflix headquarters on Van Ness Boulevard to the Melrose gates of Paramount to juice guild spirit with the entertainment industry work stoppage running past Labor Day. So it's taken a lot of time, 62 days for the SAG-AFTRA, 135 days for the WGA. Again, it's a long time. One important thing to realize is that it doesn't just affect the actors and it doesn't just affect the writers. It's everybody involved. So if you're somebody who does costuming, you do hair, you do makeup, everybody involved from behind the scenes isn't working. So a lot of people are thinking it's just the actors, or a lot of people are thinking that it's just the writers who aren't able to work. It's everybody who's a part of the project. One of the statements that was made is, "We are not giving up because it's September. We will not give up in October. We will not give up when temperatures go down," said Gonzalez to the crowd of around 4,000 people. So they plan to stay strong. They plan to keep going on. 62 days for the actors, 135 days for the WGA. We'll see what happens if it still continues on, how much longer. Just remember, the longer that it goes on, more people aren't working, not just the actors, not just the writers, but everybody a part of the projects. So one thing they're trying to do is with unemployment. So bill backed by WGA and SAG-AFTRA to give unemployment insurance to striking workers in California clears Labor Committee, now heads to full state Senate. So we'll see what happens with all of this. Right now they're trying to get unemployment insurance for those who are on strike. It doesn't usually happen when there's a strike that you're able to get unemployment insurance, because in order to get unemployment insurance, you can't willingly go away from your job. But one of the arguments that is made is that actors and writers are forced to go away from their jobs in order to enact better contracts for themselves. So we'll see what happens with all of this. We'll see how much money also gets involved, of how much they're going to delineate and give out to people. According to CNBC, the average person receives $378 a week, which means the average person in 1 month would get $1,512. Now, there's 170,000 members around in total, being 160,000 of SAG-AFTRA and about 11,000 in the WGA. So just rounding down a little bit, 170,000. If you were to pay all of those people $170,000, $1,512 a month, in 1 month, that would equal a little over $250 million. Now, this is something that they're trying to do in California, so it's not going to be that many people, not 170,000, because actors are spread out around. But the majority of SAG-AFTRA talent and WGA talent resides in California, so even though the number won't be 170,000, it is safe to say that it's going to be on the higher end within California, because that's where most of the talent is. So we'll see if it gets passed. The ultimate end decision will come down to Governor Gavin Newsom, so we'll see if it ends up being something that he signs or doesn't sign, but that's just some of the facts around that. Okay, so donations that have been happening. So the Herb Halbert Foundation donates $250,000 to the Entertainment Community Fund to aid industry workers during WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Matching donations brings gifts to $500,000. So basically, Herb Albert Foundation, they donated $250,000, and then a matching donation by an anonymous donor brings that total to $500,000. When artists are in need, it is important for society to offer support, said Albert, co-founder of A&M Records. The reason is simple. Our society is poorer when artists aren't able to share their work with us. My hope is that our matching grant to the Entertainment Community Fund will keep inspiring others to support our artists in need. The last thing we're going to talk about is X, formerly known as Twitter. So this article said Brett White's named X head of content. 3 other former TV execs join platform. So they have Brett White. He's a former general manager of TNT, TBS, and True TV. He's been named head of content, talent, and brand sales. Fellow Turner alum of Monique. They got some more people that were involved. They have Linda Yaccarino, which I hope I said right. Spent 15 years at Turner Entertainment and 11.5 years at NBC Universal before her surprise appointment at Twitter's, which is now X, as new CEO. So what's interesting is that they're bringing in Hollywood talent to start to work at Twitter. Why are they doing this? Most likely, my guess is that they're going to try and build off to have their own type of streaming platform, which is why you would try to bring some of these people on. So if they can become the next Netflix or the next Prime or the next Hulu or the next X Disney Plus. It's a good thing for the actors because that just means that there's more content available. All of you should be happy with the more content that there is, because every time that there's a new platform that comes out, which means new shows, new movies, that's more opportunities for actors to go and be able to audition for projects and be able to be booked on those projects. Of course, again, nothing can happen because there's a whole strike going on, but once the strike is all finished up and everything's done with that, and in the future, if X, formerly known as Twitter, ends up opening something up like that where they can have their own streaming platform, that'll be really good for a lot of actors. So keep your eyes out for that, see if it's something that comes about. I haven't heard anything else about it, but the reason that they'd be hiring some of these people would make sense if that was the direction that they're going to try and go down. So hope you guys like this video. Make sure you all subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with everything. If you feel like you got a lot of information out of this, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Hope you guys like it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.